me something I've been actively looking for. I love Power Rangers, so this makes me so happy. This just reminds me of my childhood, so. As you can see, there's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This one looks like it's from, I know it's WWF, and it looks like it's The Rock. So I'm gonna go.
I know Sting's gonna be like in Belton or something like that, like coming up.
Oh really? Shit, maybe I get it autographed.
I get that thing autographed. I'm gonna make some money off.
Yeah, I'll for sure do that. But what are you asking on those? Today's video is a little bit different than my other videos because it's a little bit less about reselling and a little bit more about finding stuff that I like to collect, and it all started with the bins. I was trying to help her out by moving the blankets, but I guess she didn't want it, so lesson learned. Okay, I didn't get it on camera because there's so many people where I just grabbed this big lot of VHS Pokemon tapes. So we're going to go through these, probably bundle all these together. This is what we got, and I haven't looked up values yet, but there's another person that has a cart full. They were kind of racing me to get them, and she's going through her stuff, and she said that if she comes across stuff she decides she doesn't want, she's gonna bring them to me. So we may end up with more than this, but usually these I sell as a lot, and since it's priced by the pound, you know, it'll be a pretty good price. Oh, thank you. You can just set them in there. I appreciate you. That's all right.
How much do the Pokemon go for?
If you sell them as a lot, I think the best I've ever done is like 10 or 15 bucks.
Yeah. I have a ton of, sealed DVDs or box sets.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Not a Pokemon, but in
Yeah.
general. So
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like my 90s kid right here. You know, this was my childhood. The Pokemon, the Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z, Turtles.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, there's some turtles in there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
For going through everything she brought me. There's nothing here that's super valuable. I mean, really, but I love Power Rangers, so this makes me so happy. This just reminds me of my childhood. So, I don't even know if these are going to be for resale, honestly. She just brought me something I've been actively looking for. So what this is a promotional VHS tape for the video game Donkey Kong Country. And even though it's not that rare, it's just something that I've always wanted to find out in the wild. And the Super Nintendo was the first video game system I ever had, and Donkey Kong Country was one of the first games, so it has a special place in my heart. The 90s hits just keep coming. Check this out. Oh, man. In case you didn't know, keep your eye out for Street Sharks action figures because they can sell for a lot. Our next stop was this estate sale, and I was an hour and a half late to it because of some errands I had to run, so I was not confident I was going to walk away with anything at all. I did end up finding this box full of records that were marked at $3 each, and there ended up being some pretty cool records in here and some pretty heavy hitters. The problem is a lot of these were pretty heavily damaged, and so unfortunately I wasn't able to walk away with very many. For example, I got very excited when I saw this Beatles album, but when I flipped it over and I realized just how damaged the front of it was, I knew it wasn't going to be worth grabbing for $3. They had some really cool Blue Oyster Cult albums, but they were pretty heavily damaged. Thankfully, I was able to get one, and it ended up being the debut album. This Alice Cooper album had some damage on the front of it, but other than that, it was in really good condition, and I just thought the record itself was cool, so we grabbed it as well. And this Black Sabbath album was in terrible condition, but there was no way I was going to walk away from it. I'm including this to encourage you when you go to estate sales to check cabinets and drawers so long as they're not marked off. Unfortunately, this bottle was empty, but it can go for a lot of money. I personally have never found any big items looking through stuff like this, but I have seen plenty of other YouTubers that have. I've been to a lot of estate sales, and it's usually always like grandma stuff, and it cracks me up how many times Like you'll find all this just regular grandma stuff, and then you'll come across this. Alright guys, so unfortunately my GoPro is dead, so I'm not going to be able to record what I'm about to do, but I'm meeting up with somebody to buy something that I saw on Facebook Marketplace, and it's something that I'm going to have to consider whether or not I want to keep it or resell it, but more than likely it's going to be a resale option. So I'm going to go meet up with him and then I'll show you guys what we got. Hey brother, nice to meet you.
Yes, sir. So you're asking if I had any more money?
Oh wow,
So I got this.
that's awesome.
If you're interested. I found this, the Goldberg and
Yeah.
Steve Nash.
That's cool.
So I found the one that you're asking about.
Yeah, cool.
And my dad, he kept all this stuff like
Oh, really?
or whatever.
Yeah, man. I growing up, I was a big wrestling fan, and I always wanted the buddies like this, and I never got a chance to get one. That's awesome.
Yeah. So he, I know Sting's gonna be like in like Belton or something like that, like coming up.
Oh, really?
And I
Shit,
was
maybe
like,
I get it
I
autographed.
get that thing autographed. Man. Start making some money off.
Yeah, I'll for sure do that. But what are you asking on those?
Man, for all three of them, $50.
Okay. Can I take a look at this real quick?
Yeah, man.
Just wanna make
All
sure.
that stuff works.
I had this when I was a kid, man.
My dad took all the batteries out and all that good stuff, so there's no batteries in it.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, you know, I was
What
like,
about, man? How about all three for 60?
let's do it.
And if you come across any more, if you'll let me know.
Yeah, man.
Because I'm big time into this stuff. I love this stuff. Let me make sure I got 60 on me. I'm pretty sure I do. All right, we're back at the house, and man, am I happy with that pickup. My GoPro was dead, so I did have to record with my phone, which was in my pocket, which means it's a vertical recording. So please, in the comments, don't kill me for that. So first up, we have this WCW Bash and Brawler Sting from I believe this is 1999. Now, the cool thing about this, for me personally, I always wanted one of these when I was a kid and never had the opportunity to get one. Not so much the WCW stuff, because I was a big time WWF fan. I wanted the old like Series 1 Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage stuff. But if I were to ever have to have a WCW one, definitely it would have been Sting. Now, when I reached out to this guy, he only wanted $20 for this. And I asked him, you know, hey, I'm interested in this. Is it still available? Of course it was. And I said, hey, I'll get that from you. And if you have anything else like it, please let me know, because I'm a big wrestling fan. And I'm glad I mentioned that, because he brought more stuff to the sale with him. And now I'm going to show you a little bit of what else we got. I'm getting so far ahead of myself because I like this stuff so much. I want to show you everything I got. I forgot to even show you the Sting out of the box. So here he is right here, little wrestling buddy. Now the cool thing about this one is there's actually a battery pack in his back. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but there's a little Velcro section. And you can put batteries in that, obviously, and it will make noises and such as you wrestle with it, which the other wrestling buddies, like from WWF and all that, they never did that. So it's pretty cool little thing about this. So I think what's going to be hard for me is trying to distinguish what I want to keep and what I want to sell out of these, because it's the exact type of stuff I like, but I was not a WCW fan growing up. So unfortunately, this next item, you know, I'm going to have no issue getting rid of. Unfortunately, you know, I don't have the struggle of trying to decide if I want to keep it. And that are these really cool pair of Goldberg and Kevin Nash tough talking wrestlers. Now, I don't know a lot about these, but they're pretty cool. I don't remember ever seeing action figures this big. It looks as though they argue with each other as they fight. And there's a couple other toys like this in the series. I saw one that was Sting and Diamond Dallas Page. But the box is in really good condition, and you guys know that I like whenever the box still has like stickers and stuff on it from the 90s. I don't know why. And I thought it was so neat that there's this little 4,000 tickets from Peter Piper Pizza on this. It makes you wonder if they actually won 4,000 tickets to turn them in for this. So pretty neat little backstory behind this. Also, something I found really neat about this, I like to just look at the manufacturers from stuff, and this is obviously from WCW and Toy Biz, but Marvel Comics is on here, and I don't know why. So I don't know if that's because they're partnered with Toy Biz or what, but I'm going to look into that and see what more I can find out about why Marvel was partnered with WCW of all things. Maybe I should have been a WCW fan. So as you probably heard in the video from my phone, this next item that I'm about to show you was an item that I had as a child, and I got so excited when I saw it. It's this WWF Titantron, and it's almost complete. It's just missing Mr. McMahon, even though I'm fairly certain that I may still have the Mr. McMahon from my childhood. I'm going to have to go through my son's toy box because I passed down all of my old wrestling figures to him. But if I can find him, he's definitely going in the box with this. Now, what's really cool about this Titantron is that right here, maybe you can see these little metal bars. The figures came with 2 metal bars on the bottom of their foot. So when you would take the figures and you put their metal bars on those metal bars, the Titantron would play that wrestler's theme music. And I thought that was the coolest thing when I was a kid. I loved it. One thing that's really funny that I remember from my childhood, this guy here, in case you're not a wrestling fan, his name was Road Dogg. And so I remember I would take his figure and I would put it on the Titantron, and my Road Dogg would play The Rock's music. So it was a manufacturing issue, and I might actually still have that Road Dogg somewhere. I'm going to see if I can find them, test it out on this, and see if my memory serves me correctly. But yeah, I think this just has to stay with me. I didn't have a lot of toys growing up. I had to be very picky, and the majority of my toys were wrestling action figures. And I had a few of these guys on the back. And gosh, man, this is just so cool. This is one of my favorite things I've ever bought. So, really happy about this. Of course, I had to bust this thing out and play with it, and there was no one better to use than my childhood hero. So I'm heading to a garage sale that my buddy, who is also a reseller, went to, and I'm really excited about it because he loaded his car down for only $50, and he got a lot of vintage wrestling t-shirts and stuff. So we're going to go there, see if there's anything left, even though I kind of doubt it since he's already been there, but you never know. So I'll try to get as much of it on video as I can. I have a feeling I won't be able to, but we'll see.
What are you interested in? And I'll
What would y'all want for this entire box of posters? I feel like I could probably spend all day going through it.
the whole box.
Yeah. Okay. I can do 10. And then,
You want to add to it? I don't care.
oh, I have these as well. So what would that be with them?
Just put it with the box.
All right. All right. So, pretty happy with that, I think. There was some really cool posters in that box, and they said $10 for the whole box. Hopefully I picked up some footage. I recorded on my GoPro and my phone, so hopefully I'll figure out the best way to put that in the video. But 2 things in there that I'm really excited about was a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger poster and a steel sealed WWF poster, and I'm 90% sure it's this poster of The Rock saying just bring it. So should sell for pretty good. So I'm not sure what got picked up, what didn't get picked up, but I got this entire box of posters for $10. As you can see, there's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This one looks like it's from, I know it's WWF, and it looks like it's The Rock. So I'm going to go through these eventually, and I'll show you guys everything in here that is super cool. So hang tight. Okay, so there was just so many posters in that box that I could have a 30-minute video just setting and going through them all and showing you guys. So Instead of doing that, I'm just going to throw up a little montage and I'm going to show you the favorite things that I found of mine in there. So when I'm showing you guys these, I'm going to show you what I think they're valued at if I can't find an exact comp for them. I couldn't find a sold listing of this Power Rangers poster, but based off of some similar ones I saw, I think it'll be valued at around $25, but guess what? This one's staying with me. There were a ton of Dallas Cowboy posters in there, and I think I can get $15 to $30 for this one. There was also a ton of Troy Aikman posters in there as well, and this is the only one I could get an exact comp for, but this one also is going to stay with me. This is one of 2 Deion Sanders posters I found in the box, but I was actually able to find an exact comp for this one that sold. There was also a ton of wrestling posters in the box, which is hard for me because I'm going to have to figure out what I want to keep. I'm definitely selling this one because it covers an entire door and is just too big. Here's another one that's smaller, and I think I could get $10 to $15 for this one. I also had 2 sealed wrestling posters and 3 sealed Star Wars posters, and as you can see here, this one sold brand new for $35. Now, the cool thing is I've already sold 3 of those posters. Funny enough, I actually found an eBay listing that sold back in January of the 3 exact posters, and I'll throw it up right here. It was the sealed Star Wars posters, and they sold for $38 online, and I had a buddy that was looking for Star Wars posters, and I sold all 3 of them to him for $30, and I threw in those records that I found because they were just too beat up for me to list on eBay. That being said, I really think that I could probably get anywhere from $10 to $20, maybe even more than that for a lot of those posters. That really big rock one, I'll throw the picture here as well. That one, whew, man, I don't even know. I'll put like $40 on there and just see if anybody does it, but that thing covers an entire door. It's going to be a pain to list all of those, but I really start to think that I might could get around $150 in profit off of that one $10 box. But honestly, the main reason I'm uploading this video is because I found a bunch of stuff that I really personally like in today's video. 90s VHS tapes of the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles and Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon, to the posters that we found, to the wrestling stuff. This is why I got into this. This is it. Will it be the most entertaining video I have on YouTube? Probably not. But it's definitely one of my favorites just because I felt the excitement when I was finding these items that made me start loving going to garage sales when I was young. And the truth is, if I can't have fun doing this, then I just don't want to do it. So this was a really nice reminder that this is a lot of fun for me. All that being said, I want to thank you guys for following along. I want to thank all the new subscribers. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and comment down below what was your favorite find in this video. Until then, keep thrifting and flipping. Peace.
Retro ain't dead. YesterYear channel, keeping it fed. Found an Atari, dusty and stray. Now it's eBay bound, making us pay. Transformers and G.I. Joe's on the shelf. Classic 90s toys building that.